Hi everyone, I'll be doing the introduction. So, the main objective for this project is to test the language skill of the university students that have participated in this Google form questions. So, at first we wanted to go to SK section 6, and due to some circumstances, we've decided to do the experiment inside the campus and also some few people from non-MSurians. So we've created a question based on all 6 levels of Bloom taxonomy. So for that, in those questions, they have like lots of distraction and confusion as well. So we can see how their language skills and how critical their thinking skills is. So we also separated our work in various form. So at first we created a paper, but then we decided to use a Google form, which is much easier, as university students right now have smart gadgets for them to answer. And another thing is we've used all Bloom taxonomy level, like we've divided them in 5 questions each. Like for example, remembering have 5 questions, evaluate have 5 questions, and so on. And that's all I believe I have for the introduction. Thank you.
So hi, my name is Muhammad Zafri Imran, and I'll be explaining about information of our test student and the test administration. So the information about our student is we've conducted the test for MSurians and non-MSurians to answer the Google form. Since we don't have time to do that, we have decided to make our Google form for MSU, since it was our alternative choice. We've conducted the test with the Google form, since it was one of the most easiest form to create and most easy for the students to answer. I think that's all from me. I will see you later.
Hello, my name is Mio Farish bin Muhammad Sofian, and now I'm gonna talk about table of specification. So basically, this table of specification that we have made, this table shows how our test items are distributed across all the 6 levels of Bloom's taxonomy. We also created a total of 30 multiple choice questions, and then each Bloom taxonomy's level is represented. For example, 5 questions for remembering, 5 questions for understanding, 5 questions for applying, 5 questions for analyzing, 5 questions for evaluating, and last but not least, 5 questions for creating. So as you can see on our report, the table of specification that we have made, this helps us to ensure a balanced test. For example, from lower order thinking (LOTS) to a higher order thinking (HOTS). And then last but not least, it also shows how the test covers a range of English skills, not just memorization. That's how us future teachers, we can see the numbers, the range of English skills that we collect from the students.
Hi, good afternoon, Miss Kairina. My name is Nurhani Binti Shahrin, and I'm here to give the sample questions for each level of Bloom's taxonomy. So starting with the first one is create. I'm starting with create, which is the first question was, which of the following is the best way to create a magical beginning for a story? A long time ago, B, in a galaxy far away, C, there was a princess, and D, on this day. So the first question, the answer was A. And as for the second one is which of these character you could possibly invent for a superhero? A boy who is smart, B a girl who is great at cooking, C a girl who is strong, and D a boy who likes chocolate. And the answer for that is A. And then secondly is evaluate, which is the first question was why is having camouflage ability crucial for survival in the wild? A, it makes animals more attractive. B, it helps animals catch prey and avoid predators. C, it helps animals find food easily. And D, it helps animals sleep better. And for the second one, the second question is how do plants defend themselves in the wild? A, by running away from predators. B, by making loud noises. C, by using thorns, toxins, or mimicking other organisms. And lastly, D, by hiding underground. And for the third one is analyze, which is first, the question is, although it was raining, the children played outside. What does the word although show? A place, B, a reason, C, a difference between two ideas, and lastly, D, a time. And the second question was, which sentence shows a cause and effect? Which is B, she opened the door. As for A, she opened the door. B, he cried because he fell down the stairs. C, they ran fast. And D, we have a pet cat. Carry on. The next one is apply, which is the first question. The first sample is if a box of chocolate has 10 chocolates and you have 3 boxes, how many chocolates do you have in total? Which is A, 30, B, 25, C, 20, D, 15. And then we also have the question where it sounds like you are asked to draw a picture of a garden. Which colors do you mostly use for the grass and trees? A, red, B, blue, C, green, and D, yellow. Moving on, we have understanding. So there's a question sounds like Ali eats a burger at night every single day because he is obsessed with it. What does this sentence explain about Ali's diet? A, Ali loves to eat sandwiches every night. B, Ali only eats burger when it's daytime. C, Ali tends to go for a pizza night, so for pizza every night. And D is Ali will only eat burgers when he goes out for lunch. And then the next one is remember. The first question was who proposed the theory of gravity? Which is A, Isaac Newton, B, Albert Einstein, C, Galileo Galilei, D, Niels Bohr. And then the other question was what is the capital city of Japan? A, Beijing, B, Seoul, C, Tokyo, and lastly D, we have Bangkok. So that's all for my part. Thank you, Miss Karina. That's all. Thank you.
Now I'm going to talk about the central tendency. Okay, so the mean is 22.4, showing the average score the student get, while the mode is 22, showing the most common marks the student get. So with that, we found that the median is 23. The range was 20 is from the low of 10 and the range of 30. So the variance is 35.4 in this statistic that we found. So showing us the clear difference about how well spread the score is. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the item analysis. Item difficulty show us how easy or how difficult it is, how difficult the question is to the student while we giving the index, and we do some calculation which the formula is the top score versus the bottom scorer, which is high score student and low score student, and divided them by the how many of them, like if the high score student got 6 and how many got higher score, how many got low score, and we divided them and we look at the index, and it shows how difficult it is, how difficult this question is from the between the high score student or low score student, it shows us that actually this question is not that easy or not, it's not that difficult, but it's just them who lack studying. So the question is, that means the question is helpful and relevant. While we also see the item discrimination, which is show us how the question separate the low student and the high student, which mean which is also, which I trying to say is also show us that the which student is actually studying and which student is not studying, because we found that this question is quite easy, so we can see which one is, which student give attention while the class and which is not. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you.
Hello, it's me again, Mia Farish bin Muhammad Sofian, and now I'm gonna talk about another two things. For the first one is report on students' performance, and for the second one is report for test quality. Let's move on to the first one, student performance summary. Okay, we calculated and we got mean score 22.4, median 23, and mode 22. So the range is 20 from 10 to 30. Okay, so basically the overall student performance was very average, with scores mostly in the 20s. The mean, median, and mode were close, showing consistency in performance based on the item analysis that we have made. And then moving on to the second part, which is for test quality, we had to make item difficulty and item discrimination. For item difficulty, most items were moderately easy to very easy. Few items, for example, like item 2 and item 4, were considered really difficult. And then for item discrimination, we created a really good questions because it has a high discrimination. For example, item 3, 9, 11, 14, 19, 21, and 22. And then we also got a weak, or maybe we can call it problematic items. For example, like item 2, 4, 5, 6, 16, 26, and 29. And then for the conclusion, the test that we created successfully assessed various cognitive levels. Some items should be revised due to low discrimination or difficulty balance. And most students found the test manageable, but a few items were too easy or too hard. And some questions didn't effectively differentiate the strong and weak students, so they need revision. And then last but not least, the test still met its goal of recovering all the Bloom's taxonomy levels and testing a wide range of skills.
So I'm gonna do the conclusion. So basically, in conclusion, what we all can learn from this project is that we basically need to contribute to each other on how to manage our assignment or project. And it was a fun journey for me, for all of us. We all had fun. We all did our work perfectly, even though we had like an issue with the work, with the how to do this, how to do that, but everything went well. Everything was great. So all the answers, all the results that we get from our Google form is very magical. It's very nice, and we all can do the counting. We all can do the math and everything. So yeah, that is all for my conclusion. Thank you everyone, and until we meet again.